There are many different types of art forms in the world, video games being one of them. If you disagree, then you probably listen to Russ, so be quiet, you sack of potatoes. But there's one certain art form that we always like to overlook and I feel like we don't appreciate as much, and that is the video game music. Video game music, in my opinion at least, is one of the most impactful art forms on the planet. It does so much more than when you watch a movie or when you listen to normal music without having anything else, or when you listen to movie music. Video game music can have one of three effects on you. One of them not really being an effect, but whatever, effects categories, boggles and scattergories, no one cares. Video game music is either going to leave you with a great impact and make you enjoy the game a whole lot more, or it will leave little to no effect on you and just really not make you like the game more or like the game less. It's there. Or it'll make you hate the game and want you to turn off the console right then and there. The stuff that makes you enjoy the game a whole lot more leaves a greater impact. It can be in one of three things. Probably more, but I couldn't think of anything. You have the standard stuff, when you might be walking from point A to point B or just fighting some basic enemies or whatever. Like walking around a field in Breath of the Wild or trying to get to one of the new locations in Hollow Knight. You have the epic intense shit when you fight an intense giant boss like in Breath of the Wild or even in Hollow Knight. Although, you might not recognize this music as much because your brain is more focused on trying to kill those damn mantis people. Stop being so fast! Or, you have the relaxing stuff, like when you finally get to a town in Breath of the Wild, or when you find one of the benches, or the stag stations, or even the tram in Hollow Knight. God damn, there's so many relaxing points. God, it's such a good game. I'm about to buy it on my Switch. The stuff that makes you enjoy the game a whole lot more can leave also a greater impact on the things that you're doing, the actions that you perform in the game. For instance, back into the intense epic shit when you're fighting a giant boss or something, when the music is just that goddamn good, it can leave a greater impact on your blows. While they might not be as powerful as you may think they are, the music will lead you to think differently. When a composer knows what they're doing with certain types of video game music, they can make some good goddamn music. Composers can even leave you with music that you will want to listen to outside of the game, or even leave you with music that you will want to listen to while playing a different game because it's that good. Then, you have the stuff that leaves little to no effect on you. This is the average music that you just don't really care about, it's just there. It's not necessarily great, but it's not necessarily bad either. For example, at least in my opinion, music is very subjective. The Just Cause 3 soundtrack. It's there, it doesn't really leave much of an impact on you. It doesn't really make me hate the game, but it doesn't really make me enjoy it even more. Most of my time is spent blowing shit up in that game because it's so much fun, but the music doesn't really make me enjoy blowing stuff up even more. It's just something that plays in the background while you're blowing up a giant tank. Then you have the worst of the worst. The music that just makes you hate the game and wanna leave and listen to Russ or something. I don't know why I'm hating on Russ so much this video. This could be really terrible music, the awful stuff that you will never want to listen to again. And of course, video games always take the worst music and they always loop it over and over and over and over and over. In a way, it drove her and I was her chauffeur. And by her, I mean me, because I couldn't think of anything else that rhymed with over. This is stuff like the Power Rangers PS4 soundtrack, and by soundtrack, I mean the one song that it loops over and over throughout the entire game. Thank God I didn't play that game. Here's your Angry Joe footage.
Oh my God, this song is driving me fucking insane now! Ay, 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 ay.
Video game music is one of the most impactful art forms out there right now. I don't think I would have played Sea of Thieves as much as I did if I didn't have those instruments to play some fine tunes while I sail those boring seas. I hear the game's better now, but I don't know. I don't have any friends to play it with. Or sometimes, you don't even need the video game music itself. Sometimes, you like just pulling up the Spotify and pulling out some Pirates of the Caribbean music while you sail in Sea of Thieves. Essentially making some external music into your own video game music to make you enjoy the game a whole lot more. Sometimes the video game music makes things even better than they already are, like climbing Hyrule Castle in Breath of the Wild, which I will not show here because you have to play that game right this very second. And then when you go inside, it plays an entirely different track to fit the inside of a castle, almost like you're playing Castlevania, and goddamn, I've played way too much Breath of the Wild. This makes climbing up that castle and finally going to fight Ganon that much more amazing. I mean, hell, I'm literally listening to the Hollow Knight soundtrack as I make this video. And I'm probably gonna do it as I listen to the sound back when I'm editing it. And on top of that, I'm probably going to put it in the video for the background music. You're probably listening to Hollow Knight music right now as I say this. I think what I'm trying to say with this video is that video game music is just darn good. And when I say that, I mean Hollow Knight is good. And I'm dead serious. Please just go buy the game now. A track just started playing on my Spotify from Hollow Knight, and I think that's the music that's gonna be playing right now. There's not much else to say. Video game music is good. Sometimes. Cuphead music is good. I don't think I would play it as much as I did. Video games and video game music go hand in hand to create one of the greatest experiences that I've ever had. What I mean by that is that Breath of the Wild, Smash Ultimate, Mario, and Hollow Knight are great games and you need to play them right now. Thank you all for watching. Follow my Twitter. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.